Hi, and a very happy new year from BMT Tax Depreciation. 2016 was yet another interesting year for property investors. Housing affordability continued to be an issue which dominated the press, and as a result we saw major political parties discuss whether changes should be made to the existing housing taxation policy. From our perspective, it seems that a lot of the talk around affordability and capital growth comes from the Melbourne and Sydney residential markets, which have shown median price growth of 11.3 and 13.1 respectively during 2016. The same can't be said for Perth, which recorded a decrease in median prices of 3.4%. Darwin only saw a modest increase of 1.1%. Adelaide finished with around 4.7% growth, and Brisbane 3.9%. During the 15-16 financial year, we saw growth in the numbers of depreciation schedules ordered at BMT by property investors across all states. In New South Wales, there was an 8% increase, Victoria a 7% increase. These increases continued to the end of 2016 with a further growth of 11% seen in both of these states for the first half of this financial year. Tassie and WA led the states with the highest increase in orders of depreciation schedules, achieving 15% and 12% respectively over this financial year. Growth in the number of schedules ordered in the 15-16 financial year for Queensland was 9%, South Australia 8%, Northern Territory 7% and the ACT 4%. With all of this investor activity in the different states of Australia, I thought it would be helpful to prepare for the year ahead and share a few of my 2017 New Year's resolutions as a fellow property investor. 1. Take advantage of cheap money. Interest rates are at an all-time low. The Reserve Bank lowered them to 1.5% during August. Now is a great time for investors to take advantage of cheap money. Your ability to service the loan might be a little easier. It could be worth checking with your bank or broker to see what your borrowing power is and also to make sure you've got the best rates on your current loans. It can be well worth getting a pre-approval in place so you can take advantage of any bargain that pops up. Keep in mind though that interest rates do rise sometimes. It's really important to consider your buffer in the situation that it may cost more in the future. Tip number 2, consider rent vesting. I love this one. For those finding it difficult to get into the property market or to invest in property while servicing a primary place of residence, it could be worth considering rent vesting. Rent vesting offers an alternative way to enter the property market by buying a more affordable investment property in a growth area while you're renting elsewhere. Research suggests that rent vesting is a growing trend which has enabled many young investors to purchase investment properties when they may be finding it difficult to find their first home in the area they'd like to live. Factors such as increased flexibility on where you live as a renter, the additional taxation benefits like depreciation associated with investing has made rent vesting appealing to a wider demographic. Could be just the way to make that first venture into property possible. Tip number 3, discover if you can grow and diversify your portfolio. Analysis by BMT suggests that most of our investor clients, 83.64% of them actually, during the 15-16 financial year own just one investment property. I do find this a little surprising considering the capital growth that many areas have experienced recently. Another factor that could really boost your borrowing power. Given this potential equity, you might have the opportunity to expand your portfolio in 2017. See the broker, get the valuations and see if you can work out exactly whether or not you can buy into more property. Tip number 4, improve on your existing investments. If buying another property isn't on the cards in 2017, maybe you can consider updating some of your existing investments. Renovating an investment property can reward investors with increased value, improved rental returns, and of course there will be those additional depreciation deductions. Make sure you plan what needs to be done, ensure the renovations stick to a budget and crunch those numbers. Talk to your property manager and ask what increased rental return might be if you update or renovate certain things. There also could be that considerable increase in value for minimal outlay. You need to also ensure that you're adding capital value to the property for the works you propose to do. It's not about making a nice bathroom, it's about increasing that value and increasing that rental return. Speak with the specialist quantity surveyor before you start any work because items that you remove, you might be able to claim that scrapping value for, which means instant deductions and potentially more cash flow. And finally, look outside of your own backyard. Many property investors only look at potential properties close to home. You know the area, you like the area, so you think it's going to grow. Property markets all over Australia move ahead at different times based on a variety of key drivers including employment, infrastructure projects, population growth, housing stock shortages and changing demographics. As a property investor, it's important to consider other suburbs, towns and states. Get expert advice. Read, learn and do research. Use the key metrics that are available, why some property markets are slow, some property markets are growing. I wish you all the best with investing in the year ahead, and remember our expert team at BMT are always happy to help with any of your depreciation queries. Bring on a great 2017.